Hi guys, welcome back to another Android episode, and I wish you all a very happy new year. Today, let's start from where we left things off in Android. Today, I'm gonna teach you about how to make an emulator and run it in our Android project, and I'll teach you the life cycle of Android as well in this tutorial. Let's press on a project and we'll build it. And the next thing, to have an emulator, you must go here. You must click on the AVD manager there, or you can go to you can press on this icon where the AVD manager is there. We'll press on this, and now let's create a new virtual device. For this, we must click on this create virtual device, and you can see that we get some list of devices to make and place inside our computer. What will you choose from these? Let's choose a simple phone, a simple simulator or an emulator which has Google Play Store. I will be choosing this Pixel 4 with Google Play Store. It's a 5.7-inch phone with 1080 to 2280 resolution, and the density is 440 dpi. So I'll press on next, and here we have to select a system image for the emulator. So here we have to download a file for this. I'll press on download, and we can see that this download is starting. It will take some minutes till the application gets built. So that took some while to download. Now we can press on next, and here we can give a AVD name. We'll call this Kulesh 7. And the next thing, we can select the orientation as portrait or landscape. I'll give portrait, and you can go to show advanced settings, and here you can give the internal storage for the virtual device. I'll give this 2048, which is 2 GB, and you can specify the SDK card megabyte storage, and after all this is done, you can press on finish. You can have any number of amounts for the storage. For the internal storage, you can have 3 GB, 4 GB, or anything as you like. So after filling these things, we'll press on finish, and now you can see that our phone is being shown inside the application. We can run this. You can press on launch this AVD in the emulator and to run this. And now our emulator is being loaded. You can press on start to power it up like this. And now our emulator is starting, and we can see that our Android Studio emulator is working perfectly well. First things first, the Google app is starting up, and we can wait till it starts. Now our device has started. You can see that we get our date and applications up working in our emulator. You can drag and drop things and play around in your emulator. So this is what I wanted to show you. This is how a emulator can be made for our applications to run it and perform applications as we like. Alrighty. Now I'll be teaching you about the Android life cycle. Life cycle. This is an image for the Android life cycle. First we have on create, then on start, on restart, on resume, on pause, on stop and on destroy. First things first, the activity gets launched in the first instance and on create is called. Then it goes to on start, on resume and go to activity running. And after that, if another activity comes into the foreground, it goes to on pause. And if the user returns to the activity, it goes to resume, on resume. And if it's the other way around, if the PPS with higher priority needs memory, the app process gets killed and user navigates back to on create. So if it's after pause, you can go to on stop. On stop, the activity is no longer visible. If on stop, if the user navigates to the activity again, it goes to on restart and go to on start and on resume and follows on. If the on stop is working, if the activity is finished or being destroyed by the system, it goes to on destroy. And finally, the activity shuts down. That's how the activity life cycle is in Android. Let's see this in action. Let's see the Android life cycle to understand it in our emulator. We'll move this here and here. Before learning about the Android life cycle, I need to tell you about how to print values inside the console. For that, there are many methods. First one is log. There are many different types of loggers. We can say log.e for error messages, and we can provide error here like this. And if we want, we can have log.i for information, and you can have log.v for verbose, and you can have log.d for debugging, and finally you can have log.w to provide warnings. Actually here, first thing, we have to give some key for all these tags before displaying the message. For the E, log.e, I say E and provide the message saying hello, and for the I'll say I as well. No, I'll give the same name of the tag E, and here I say info, and here I say error, and in the log.v I'll give the tag key as E again, and here I'll give a message saying verbose, and in the log.d for debug I'll give the key as E, and the message will be debug, and finally log.warning will be E, the key will be E, and the message will be warning, like this. Alright, now let's run this and check it inside our console. Let's see what happens when we run this application and what happens when onCreate is called. First thing, let's select our device and press on Run App. And now our app is being created inside our emulator for us to do some activities. Now our application got built. Let's check the view. We'll go to tool windows and to logcat like this, and you can see that here we got our response. The logs got printed. For the error we have a red line, and for info we have a black line. For debug we have another black line, and for warning we have a blue line. The texts are in blue, so in error the texts are in red, and in info in black, and for debug in black again, and for warning we got the text in blue. So this is how we make the log. This is how we use the log to print information when we want to implement information. So our application got built like this. Now let's see the life cycle again. We have on create, on start, on restart, on resume, on pause, on stop, and on destroy as the life cycle. Let's run these life cycles inside our application. We have already implemented on create. We'll say we'll comment this from here, and here we'll say log.info, and we'll give a key. We'll give the key as E, and we'll say here is on create, and we'll close this from here. And the next thing we'll have on start like this. Here in the on start also we'll have log.i, and the key will be E, and it will say here is on start like this. And the next thing we'll have on resume. Here we'll say log.i, and we'll give the key as E, and we'll say here is on resume like this. And the next thing is on pause. We'll say on pause, and here we'll type log.i, and we'll give the key, and we say here is on pause like this. And the next thing is on stop. We'll say on stop, and here we'll say log.i, and we pass the key as E, and the value as here is on stop, and we'll close this here. The next thing we'll have on destroy. Here we'll say log.i, and give the key E, and here we'll say here is on destroy, like this. So we've implemented all the lifecycle methods, and let's run this and check the output inside the console. We'll run this. We'll stop and run this. We'll run this again. Here, when we run this application, we got here is on create, here is on start, and here is on resume, like this in the console. That means first the on create is called, then on start, then on resume is called. Let's try to on pause. We'll press on the square button here, and it is in on pause. You can go back to it, and when we press on the circle button, we got on stop. Let's try to resume the application. We press on the application, and now it comes to on start and on resume again. And if we press on this return button, we get on destroy. We get on stop and on destroy, like this. You can see it here. Let's try it again. First comes on create, then on start, then on resume, and when we press on the square button, it goes to on pause and goes to on stop. So when we click the app again, it goes from on start to on resume, like this. And when we press on the return button, it goes from on pause, on stop to on destroy. Let's try something different. We click on now on, we can see on create, on start, and on resume. We click on pause, and the next thing, we'll run another application, and we'll go back, and now it's in on stop, and we'll click on the application again, and it goes from on start to on resume, just like that. So if we press on this button, we go to on destroy, from on pause, on stop to on destroy. So that is how the life cycle of the Android application happens. We go from on create, on start, on resume, on pause to on stop, and to on destroy, just like that. I welcome you to play around with these methods to understand them clearly, and I have taught you about the on create, on start, on resume, and on pause and on stop and on destroy methods in the life cycle of the Android. So I think you got a clear understanding about these methods, these life cycle methods inside the application. Okay, so today's lesson is this, and now it's over, and I'll come up with another lesson again another time. Until then, goodbye guys, and please take care.